Are you trying to build your dream desk setup, but your space, your budget, and your patience are all screaming, good luck with that? Well, you clicked on the right video to fix that problem. Like most people working to build their ideal setup, I hit all the classic roadblocks. Limited space, a tight budget, and trying to balance between comfort and style without ending up with something that looks like a cubicle from the 90s. Now, even after you go through all of that, it takes time to get it to a point where you're like, now this is the kind of setup I like. In my case, this took almost 4 years. So if you're not there yet, don't be in a hurry. Speaking of which, not too long ago, this room wasn't even a workspace. It was a storage graveyard. But after a full transformation, it's now a functional, cohesive, and aesthetic space that works for real-life use cases. In this video, I'm about to take you through how you can make yours functional and aesthetic too, with the bonus advantage of catching people's attention like this in the streets of Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest. Now, before we start, just a quick disclaimer, you don't need any of this stuff. If you're already happy with your setup, that's what really matters, because everything I'm about to show you is a nice to have rather than a survival kit. Even with just a laptop, you can still get a ton of work done or a ton of Netflix watched. I'm not judging. Think of this video like window shopping. You don't need to buy anything, but you get inspiration for whenever you need to make that purchase. Here's the reality. Most people don't have the luxury of a dedicated room for their home office. For many, it's a corner in the living room, a section in the bedroom, or a repurposed dining table. And that's okay, but it does mean your desk size isn't just a matter of preference, it's determined by the amount of space you've got. Personally, I had about 295 centimeters in length and 265 centimeters in depth to work with. Now, it might not be the tiniest, but it still meant every millimeter mattered. The desk I'm using now and one I get asked about all the time is 150 centimeters in length and 75 centimeters in depth. In my opinion, that size is the sweet spot. Big enough to hold all your accessories and peripherals without feeling cramped, but still leaving enough room to move around. What really makes it special though is the desktop itself. It's the kind of surface that just feels premium. Every grain, every hue, even the little imperfections, they all tell a story. And when you're spending hours at your desk, those little details make it a space you enjoy being in. Now, here's the good news for you. You don't need my exact dimensions. If you're tight on space, you can go as small as 80 centimeters in length and 50 centimeters in depth and still have a functional and comfortable setup. In terms of colors, the options are endless. Teak, walnut, oak, pheasant wood, rubber wood. There's something for every style and mood. Now, just a disclaimer, this isn't a sponsored video. Over the years, I've bought plenty of things from Desky and my experience with them has been nothing but good. Hence the reason why I'm recommending them. In saying that, there are plenty of other brands and approaches that work just as well. For example, you could pick up a countertop from your local hardware store like Home Depot or Bunnings for us in Australia, or even go the IKEA route. Get a Sargent or Calby countertop, then cut it to size, fix some legs, or even put it on top of the IKEA Alex drawers or a Desky drawer like this one. My only gripe with the Sargent and Calby countertops, they're not that deep. And if you're someone that likes to kit out your desk with, multiple monitors, accessories, and peripherals, that might feel a bit limiting. And that brings us to the next part, accessories and peripherals. When it comes to accessories, this is where your desk setup starts feeling like your space. Whether you're studying, working from home, gaming, or doing a little bit of everything, the right accessories make all the difference. Not just it looks, but how your setup works for you. Now, everyone's needs are different, but in my book, there are a few must-haves. A monitor, a good keyboard, a reliable mouse, a monitor light, a desk mat, and a desk shelf. Now, for some extra functionality, depending on your use case, maybe a speaker, a webcam, and a microphone. Let's start with the heart of most setups, the monitor. If you've ever tried to research, type and reference something on a tiny laptop screen, you know the frustration of endless tab switching. For a desk like this one, I'd say the sweet spot is between 24 and 34 inches. Why, you may ask? Well, if you picked an 18-inch monitor, the proportions will just look off, and that takes away from the aesthetics. Picture this, you're a student. You've got your lecture notes on one side, your research tab in another, and maybe your Netflix window in the corner for those study breaks. Or maybe you're an accountant. Your spreadsheet is open in one window and all your data sources are just a glance away in another tab to the side. Now throw in the magic of Magnet in Mac and Snap Layout in Windows, and you can organize them however you want. 2 tabs, 4 tabs, the list is endless. Now, I know someone in the comments is about to ask, what about the tiny monitor? To be honest, you don't need it unless you've got a use case for it. Personally, I like editing my photos on it, but for most people, one monitor is enough for your daily tasks. Moving along, even the best monitor can take a toll on your eyes if you're staring at it for hours on end. You know that burning, tired feeling after a long day at your desk? That's computer vision syndrome. This is where a monitor light becomes a quiet hero. For this setup, I went with the Xiaomi monitor light, and it cost just 79 Australian dollars, which is about a quarter of the price of the BenQ screen by Halo, and it still delivers the same asymmetric lighting to cut glare, a universal mount for most monitors, and my favorite part, a wireless controller. You can place it anywhere, tap to turn it on, twist to adjust brightness, and because it doesn't have any cable dangling down, your desk remains clutter-free. The beauty of it, whether you're gaming in a dimly lit room, working late at night, or editing photos where accurate lighting matters, this little bar changes the way you see your screen quite literally. Speaking of things you interact with the most, your keyboard and mouse are right up there. If you'd ask me, the low free flow light mechanical keyboard is the kind of upgrade you feel from day one. The ghost switches mean less force is needed to type, and the gasket structure makes every key press soft yet precise. You could be writing a 10-page report, coding, gaming with your friends, and end the day without that aching "I've been typing all day" feeling. It also connects in 3 ways: wired, Bluetooth, or the 2.4 GHz band, so you can jump between your desktop, laptop, or even a tablet. Add in the volume knob, 1000 Hz polling rate, and a battery life of 100 hours, and it's not just a keyboard, it's command central for your workflow. And then there is its perfect partner, the low-free PBT wireless mouse. It's got the same retro charm, mechanical buttons that feel incredibly satisfying, and a wireless design that keeps your desk clutter-free. No tangles, no lag, just smooth control whether you're deep into a spreadsheet, precision editing, or casually gaming over the weekend. As for the battery, it lasts up to 3 months, so you'll barely remember it needs charging. The only thing you'll need to note, if you've got larger hands, it will feel small, but that's something you can get used to over time. Now, once you've got your main accessories in place, it's about giving them structure. A desk mat instantly makes typing and mousing more comfortable while giving your desk that cohesive look. Is there a word like mousing? Anyway, the desk shelf, that's the difference between okay and polished. It provides visual structure, creates extra storage underneath your monitor, and hides all those messy cables you want out of sight. The one I went with once again is from Deskit, but there are so many options out there you can go with. Now let's talk about when your desk becomes more than just your workspace, when it's also your entertainment hub, your creative studio, and also your meeting room. For sound, I've got these 80 speakers, and at 149 Australian dollars, they deliver rich, detailed audio with clarity that makes music, movies, and even Zoom calls sound better. The best part, they come in a variety of colorways, so you can always pick a color that matches the theme of your setup. For video calls, the HubSpot Tiny 2 Lite is the 4K AI webcam that follows you around with the frame. Whether you're presenting or even creating a TikTok, it keeps you perfectly centered. It also works brilliantly in low light, and the best part, it automatically tilts down for privacy when you're done. Add gesture control and you're zooming or locking focus without even touching a button. Finally, there's the sound. While the HubSpot Tiny 2 Lite mic is good, nothing beats a dedicated mic, and the one I'm using is the Fifine Tank 3 XLR and USB mic. Whether you're streaming, podcasting, or just want to sound clear in meetings, it's built tough, looks sharp, and captures your voice while minimizing background noise. As for connection, you can use USB for quick plug-and-play simplicity or XLR if you want to step into studio territory. Speaking of which, with all those accessories we just talked about, you don't want your studio to turn into a mess of cables. That's where cable management comes in. If you don't get ahead of it on time, it quickly becomes a huge spaghetti factory. So let's break it down step by step so that your setup can also be nice and clean. Now, I'm sure you've heard of this rule. If not, the golden rule of cable management, you only want one cable coming out of your desk into the main power point. To make that happen, you'll need a power board or two mounted underneath your desk. Reason being, everything on your desk plugs into that. Your monitor, your speakers, your chargers, you name it. Then the one cable coming from the power board goes into the main power point. Now, Desky makes this even easier with their cable management trays that come with built-in power board slots. My only gripe, the slots are front-facing, which means the plugs and cables are pointing towards you. I'd personally prefer them at the back so that everything is hidden completely. That said, the tray itself has plenty of space to tuck away cables, and with the help of hooks, ties, you can make sure nothing is inside. Once again, Desky isn't the only option. There's plenty of cable management options you can get from Amazon. Speaking of which, I got this cable vertebrae from Amazon. It's basically a flexible spine that hides the one cable coming from your desk into the main power outlet. Not only does it make the setup look cleaner, but also keeps that cable safe from pets, vacuum cleaners, and let's be honest, your own chair wheels. Once your cables are organized, something magical happens. Your desk looks bigger, cleaner, and you're more likely to keep it that way. Moving on to storage, if you'd ask me, every workspace needs a piece that pulls everything together. Not just something functional, but something that quietly says, this setup is complete. For me, it's this piece right here. On the surface, it's simple, has a timeless design, impeccable craftsmanship, but the magic is in how it works with the rest of the setup. It just doesn't sit there looking good. It gives everything on my desk a home. Documents, stationery, and all those little knickknacks that usually clutter your desk. At the end of the day, once you're done, they find their way into that storage compartment. You've probably heard the saying, a decluttered space equals a decluttered mind. I'd go a step further and say a decluttered desk actually makes you want to work there. To be honest, I think that's the goal of creating a desk setup. Not to have the most expensive accessories or peripherals, but to create a space that makes you feel like you just want to be there. Speaking of which, you can be there and love how everything looks clean, but if your chair is bad, your back will let you know real quick. And trust me, I've been through the home office chair roulette, but after I changed to this one, it's never been the same again. The build quality, stellar. You've got soft, sharper fabric that makes you feel as though you're sitting on the softest cotton. Engulf that in beautiful looking plywood and pair it with a rock solid steel alloy, this beauty is the result. And it's not just talk. At 107 kilograms, I'm definitely putting it through its paces. It's been over 2 years now and it still feels as good as new. When it comes to personalization, this is the invisible thread that ties your space together and makes us know this space belongs to so and so. If you're being honest, most of us don't get to design our setups from scratch. The layout is often a done deal long before you unpack your first box. In my case, I had 2 walls framing the space, a window to the right for natural light, and a closet right behind the desk. That was it. The rest was on me. This is where the fun and sometimes the challenge kick in. You start asking yourself, what story do I want my desk to tell? In my case, I leaned into a white and oak theme. Clean, warm, and timeless. Then I went hunting for pieces that didn't just match, but elevated the vibe. Slat panels to give the wall depth, pegboards for storage, floating shelves for character, all playing into the aesthetic I wanted. But that was my story. Maybe your vibe is industrial with darker woods and matte black finishes, or minimalist with barely anything on the walls with one statement lamp. Once you've got your best look, that's where pops of color come in. In my case, orange and green brought the space to life, not forgetting the Bauhaus picture style frames. They're not just wall art, they are conversation starters. The bold geometric patterns pull your eye and make the space just feel curated. If your theme is different, say industrial or minimalist, these frames can still work. Just change the colors and prints to match your vibe. Well, there you have it, guys. If you're new here, my name is Brian Wandera and I create content around tech, setups, gaming, and productivity. If that's your kind of stuff, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and click the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. In the meantime, here's another setup video you'll most likely enjoy. Until then, people of the internet, I'm signing out. See you over here.